is there anything from the Quran and Sunnah that tells us like why we should be spending some time with our family?
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
It's actually quite a common dua that most people know, which we can look into, that can tell us about this time that we should spend with our family. So it's the dua that a child should make for their parents. رَبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا. So here Allah is saying that those who want to make dua for their parents, they should say that Allah grant mercy upon my parents because they brought me up, they raised me when I was young. So here, the raising when I was young, this is referring to both the parents. Okay, so when it says Rabbayani, so Rabbayani meaning that dual. So doing the act of tarbiyah, doing the act of raising the child, nurturing the child, is done by both the mother and the father. And so now, as the child grows up, he's saying that Allah have mercy upon them because they did that when I was younger. So that tells us that the parents, both of them, mother and father, are supposed to be spending time with their child, are supposed to be nurturing their child, and supposed to be spending that kind of quality time with them, so that it results in a child who wants to make dua for their parents when they're older and recognizes that their parents did spend that time with them.
So that's a good initiative, isn't it? If you want to earn some brownie points in the hereafter, make sure you're raising your children right for them to make dua for you.
That's it.
What does quality time actually mean when we say that we want to spend time together, but it has to be quality?
Yes. So this is, sometimes people make it overcomplicated.
Yeah.
Sometimes people say that, I need to take my kids to holidays, I need to take them to the theme parks, I need to spend all this money. But actually, what quality time really means and what children really need from us is just our one-to-one attention. They just need our attention. They need our love. They need to know that we are there and that we're listening to them. So it doesn't mean that you need to spend thousands of pounds. It doesn't mean that you need to travel the world. Just even in your own household, making sure the phone is away, making sure all the distractions are off, the TV is off, you're not picking up the phone, you're not scrolling through your feed, and you're there with your child, you're giving them eye contact, and you're actually having a discussion with them. That is what is meant by quality time.
You meaning that you're in the moment.
Yes.
With them.
Yes.
But people do get busy. I mean, you do have to sometimes pick up that phone. You sometimes do have to answer the calls and answer emails, maybe on your smartphone, iPad, whatever the case is. How do you overcome that to ensure that you're getting good quality time with your family?
Well, there's two aspects to this. One aspect is where you have to take yourself out of the situation. So you have to remove yourself from your child completely to go and attend to this other task. So it's so necessary right now that it needs to be done, and you need to remove yourself from that situation. Okay, in those moments, if you're already connected with your child, then you just need to have that clear communication that right now I'm taking some time out because this needs to happen, but I'm going to be back. And you're not just leaving suddenly saying, oh, okay, just 1 minute, I need to pick this up, I need to go do something. Because the child's not going to understand what's going on. They thought they had your attention and now it's gone. So make sure that clear communication is there. The other aspect is that actually it's not that urgent and you're picking it up now when you don't have to right now. And what your child wants from you right now might not actually take that much time. It's a similar, if we look at our salah, for example, when we're praying, it doesn't take, another sort of 10 minutes for us to concentrate on our prayer. Sometimes we have that fallacy in our minds that if I take my prayer slowly and I concentrate in it, I'm going to lose another 10, 15, 20 minutes of my day. Actually, if you time yourself doing a quick prayer and a slower prayer and a more focused prayer, the difference is probably only a few seconds, maybe a minute max. And so if you're giving attention to your child, what they need right now, they're tugging at your leg and they're saying, I want to show you this. If you just turned your attention from what you were doing to them, it's only going to take another few seconds. And that few seconds for them is very special. For them, that's quality time. For them, that's attention. But for you, all you did was lose a few seconds in that phone call that you needed to take.
Finally, you were mentioning about you and your child, but what if you had multiple children? That's a different sort of challenge in itself.
Yeah, that is very challenging, and there is no perfect way of doing it with multiple children. But there are certain hacks, right? So if, for example, you have an older and a younger child, then you can get the older child involved in helping the younger child. So if you're doing an activity and you're showing attention to the younger child, and you can give some responsibility to the older child. So that means, if you can help set up the game for them that they want to play with you, if you can go and grab the snacks or something for the time that we're here together. If it's very small, like a baby, can you help me with changing the nappy, bring me the wipes? That can help. So you've got multiple children involved in the same activity and you're giving them attention. If they're older children, they may need separate time, but this is where you need to have some time scheduling, some time management. So it could be that your teenage children, you need to give them individual time. So you set a time, say, okay, every Saturday morning, I'm going to be spending with Ruqayya. And Sunday mornings is going to be with Hafsa. And Saturday evenings is going to be with Suleiman.
Yeah.
So you make sure that there's a schedule there and they know this. So they look forward to it. So it's not just out of the blue where they don't know what to do and they don't know when they're expecting it, meaning that they don't know how to be patient because they don't know when they're going to get your attention. But this time you set a schedule in place and you say, okay, even if I'm busy with work, I'm going to set this 1 hour, this half an hour aside specifically for you and specifically for you.
Excellent.